You guys tired of spending money on fishing line? And I mean a lot of money, like half your paycheck? Well, not only am I going to show you how to save a little bit of money while spooling up your fishing line, but I'm also going to show you a way to increase the performance of your reel by a lot. So guys, stay tuned and enjoy the video. Alright guys, so for the people who are going to follow along with this video, the things that you're going to need to be able to do this is, one, you're going to need to get yourself some braided fishing line. Now this isn't going to be necessarily a thing where you're going to rely on the performance of your braided line, because you know you're not going to actually use it. You are going to be using it, but this braided line will actually never hit the water, because you're only going to be putting around 20 yards of it on. And it don't really matter. You can go with the cheap, braid, like the Zepco braid from Walmart if you really want to. But my favorite braid by far to use if I'm frogging, if I'm flipping, if I'm using 20-pound test on my spinning rod to a leader, is Power Pro. I love Power Pro. It's fairly cheap for braid, and it just works. Power Pro, there's many different types. There's just the Power Pro, the normal Power Pro like this. There is the Max Quattro. There's the Spectra. There's many different braids, and they have a braid for you. So I like Power Pro. And then also what you're going to need is you're going to need your fishing line that you're actually going to be using. Now, either if it's going to be fluorocarbon, monofilament, or copolymer, it don't really matter. Just as long as it's one of those three. I really don't recommend tying this with braid, because it kind of be pointless. If you're going to be using braid, most of the time, or pretty much all the time, spooled up straight braid. Now what I'm going to be using today, this is this Bass Pro Shop XL monofilament, and the reason why I'm using mono is because that's what I like. I have confidence in it. I've had fluorocarbons, and I broke fish off in a tournament, and that was enough of that. So so this is just XL monofilament. It's clear blue because I'm going to be using this rod for some deep water shaky head fishing, and I want to be able to see it. So so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to spool your braid on. Now you're going to go with about 20 yards, and the way that you want to measure that is you're going to actually want to pull the braid off the spool. So you're going to want to do it outside, and just get it kind of eyeball. If it looks like it's 20 yards, good. If you get a little bit less, it's fine. If you get a little bit more, that's also fine. But you want to stay around 20 yards. But what you want to do, like I said, get a long distance away from the spool when you're keeping that line straight, and just spool it on. And it's as simple as that. After you do that, as you can see, I've already done it because just to save a little time. But what you're going to want to do is click your reel over, feed your line through your guides, just like everybody knows how to do. Alright, now once you've done that, go ahead and click your reel over. Make sure you have no tangles in the eyes. It's always a good thing to do, because you want to keep that line as straight as you can. And as you can see, there is not enough line on there to fish with. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make it to where there is enough line. And the reason why I said you're not only going to be saving money while doing this, what you can do is you got this 20 yards of line here. This braided line will literally last you 3 years if you want to use it like that. I usually used to use monofilament backing, and that was fine, but the thing about braided line is it actually lightens up your spool. So with little light lures, like I said, I'm going to be using this for some deep water shaky head fishing on a bait caster. And it's a fairly cheap setup too, so like I said, I don't really do it a lot, but I am going to be doing it. And what I want to do is I want to, with that little 1/8 ounce or 3/16 ounce shaky head, I want to make the longest cast I can with that thing as possible. So with the lighter spool, you're going to be able to do that. And this reel only holds like 100 and something yards of 14, what I'm going to be spooling up. So now what you're going to want to do is you're actually going to take something that you can hold the reel in. Now if you don't have someone helping you, most of the time I don't, sometimes I do, but what I do is I just take this cooler. It's got a smooth surface, and make sure your line's going over top of the spool, and you got it where you can pull it off. So you just made yourself a cheap spool rack. And honestly, I don't know where I got this cooler from, but I've been using it ever since I've been young, and it works. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit your spool down there, and you're just going to want to tie your two lines together. And it's pretty simple. You're going to get your 2 lines like that. And you're not going to necessarily have to use, like I said, you're never going to, this line will, the braided line will never exit the reel. Like, you won't even know it's on there. So what you're going to do is, all you need to do is just tie the 2 knots together. And I like using just a straight up, like you're tying a shoe knot. And it's not, like I said, it's not specific at all. People make this kind of thing, you know, almost like it's too not simple, and it's very simple. So I'll just take and I'll wrap it like, you know, 3 times, 4 times, and then I'll do the same, just like a over knot, but you want to wrap it more. Okay. One more like that. Alright, it was a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be. Put it down. Boom. Simple as that. And that knot is not going anywhere. Like, it's good. So now what you want to do, you want to take a knife for your braid, because I don't have boomerang snips, and well, my scissors probably won't cut it. So you're going to take your knife for your braid, just cut it off. You don't have to worry about your tagging, it'll go down. And then for your monofilament, cut it with some scissors. Just like that. And again, don't worry about the tagging, it'll lay on. Alright, so now you're ready to start spooling up. Now what you want to do, like I said, make sure your line is going over top of your spool. That is the worst thing you can do, is have it go under. It'll twist it. So always make sure it's going over top. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to start spooling on. Kind of watch that knot. And then boom. So you're ready to start spooling on. Alright, we're good. Boom. All done. So yeah guys, as you can see, that braid, it isn't even in there. You can't even tell it's in there. Like I said, you won't ever see it when you cast. But yeah guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this has taught you how to not only save money, but you're going to be able to increase your fishing performance when doing this. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a big favor and comment, rate, subscribe. Not only will these videos help you, but it's also going to help me guys, because I love making these videos for you, and I love teaching people how to fish. And the more subscribers I get, the more comments and the more likes and everything, and the more motivated I get to do more. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, comment, rate, subscribe. And this is Devin with the High River Bassin, signing out.